finance through our school YouTube channel. Dear students, in this video, we are going to continue Chapter 3 Classification of Business under Unit 1 Fundamentals of Business. In this video, we have to discuss there are two parts. One is aids of business activities or aids of commerce. Second one, compare between industry, commerce, trade. Let's start the aids of business activities. Aids or access to trade have 5 points: trade, transportation, banking, insurance, warehouse. These are all the service sectors. Transportation, banking, insurance, warehouse is very important help to the business activities. Trade. You know very well that manufacturers manufacturing in one place, but that product need in all the peoples who are wanted. So must transfer from the productions to ultimate user or consumer. In between, how the middleman should transfer the goods from the producer to ultimate consumer. The gap between producer and consumers, that is called the middleman. Trade is an essential part of commerce. The term trade is used to denote buying and selling. It helps in making the goods produced available to ultimate consumers or users. Therefore, one who buys and sells is a trader. A trader is a middleman between the producers and the consumers. Second, access to trade. Transportation. Transportation, selling all the goods produced at near the production place is not possible. So the product must be transferred from one place to another place, from the producer to consumer, must be transact the product carried from the transportation by air, water or roadway transportation will help to transfer the goods from manufacturer to ultimate users. The medium which moves men and material from one place to another place is called transport. Banking. Nowadays, we cannot think of business without bank. Why? Because every businessman, they want to start a business, needs some money. They want the extension of business, needs some money. So it's sole proprietor. All the forms of organization, all included, needs to start or extension or wind up, whatever it is, needs some money. So that money provided by the bank or financial institution. Business activity cannot be undertaken unless funds are available for acquiring assets, purchase of raw material, meeting other expenses. Necessary fund can be obtained from bank. This banking helps business activity to overcome the problems of business finance. The next, insurance. Business involves various risks. Business is also called the risk taker. Businessmen must be risk taker. Factory building, machinery, furniture, etc. must be protected against fire, theft, and other risks. Material and goods held in stock or in transit or subject to risk of loss or damages. Employees are also required to protect against the risk of accidents and occupational hazards. So every business must ensure the protection of risk, all the resources, whether the natural resources or the human. Employees are also required to protect against the risk of accident and occupational hazards. So insurance provides the protection in all such cases. on payment of nominal premium. The amount of loss or damage and compensation for injury of any can be recovered from the insurance company. Then warehouse. Usually goods are not sold or consumed immediately after production. They are held in stock to make them available as and when required. Special arrangement must be made for storage of goods to prevent loss or damages. You know very well that sometimes the manufacturers manufacturing throughout the year, but that product need only the seasonal time. Some production in a seasonal time only, but that particular product need to available in the market throughout the year. So this type of uh, goods must be protected for continuous supply. So it will help only through the warehouses. Perishable goods should be protected and secured in a cold warehouses. So warehousing helps business firm to overcome the problem of storage and facilities availability of goods when needed. Price are thereby maintained at a reasonable level through continuous supply of goods. Then finally we discuss the compare between commerce, industry and trade. Meaning, industry means extraction, reproduction, conversion, processing and construction of useful product. Commerce activities involving distribution of goods and services, whereas trade purchase and sale of goods and services. Scope consists of all activities involving conversion of material and semi-finished product into finished goods. So industry convert the semi-finished product into finished product. Commerce means comprises trade auxiliaries to trade. Commerce it means the product should be organized to deliver the goods to particular exact consumer or needer or users. Trade comprises exchange of goods and services. Capital, generally large amount of capital is required in industry to start the industry, whereas commerce need for capital is comparatively less. Trade small capital is needed to maintain stock and to grant credit. Risk involved is usually high in industry, whereas the commerce relatively less risk involved, whereas trade relatively less risk involved. Then side, it represents supply side of goods and services, whereas commerce it represents demand side of goods and services, whereas trade is represent both supply and demand. Then last point, utility creation. It creates from utility by changing the form or shape of material. So industry, there is manufacturing sector. Manufacture the goods. Okay, that is changing the form or shapes of material. The raw material processing in the industries into the finished product. That is shape will be changed. Then commerce, it creates place utility by moving goods from producer to consumer. That is middleman. That is organized system. Okay. Whereas trade, it creates possession utility through exchange. So in this video, we discussed about topics, aids of business activities, and compare commerce, trade, and industry. The next chapter will discuss next class. Thank you.